Welcome back to another episode of the Rossetti and Stewart Podcast. He is Antonio Rossetti. I am Justin Stewart. We're coming from you live from both our homes. This is the Rossetti Stewart and Stewart Podcast. You can find our podcast on Apple's Podcasts, Spotify, Google, wherever you get your podcast. Apple, Google. Just already said that, but felt like repeating it. Also, we're on YouTube too, as well. Just uploaded the recent episode with Tony. You did with Nick. You can check that out. That's everywhere you get your podcast. Just search the Rossetti and Stewart podcast. It's a lovely Friday. Raining. The Pirates we're in a delay, but hopefully they should be getting started pretty soon. Tony, how are you doing today?
Better than the Pirates, knowing that they haven't won since last Saturday.
That is
But
true.
I'm doing pretty good though for myself. Had a busy week this week per usual. Um, yeah, just been watching a lot of sports. Right now, right in front of me, right behind my computer, I have the Cavs and the Raptors on. It's 39-38 Raptors right now. I'm hoping the Cavs can pull through in this series. I'm a big Cavs fan, but yeah, I've been enjoying the NBA playoffs a lot. Minnesota winning without Dosunmu, without Anthony Edwards, without Dante DiVincenzo. Rudy Gobert arguably had one of his best playoff performances of all time. Terrence Shannon stepped up yesterday. So watching that was actually pretty cool. I was rooting for the Nuggets. I'm a big Jokic guy. But, like, honestly, that's a cool little story there that they were able to beat them without their best players. But, yeah, I've been doing pretty good, though. And how about you? What you been up to and how have you been?
Well, you know how my life goes. It's work, sports, church, hanging out with you, and then we do this cycle over again. And yeah, work's been busy. I'm not gonna say go too deep into where I work at, but basically it's insurance, so a lot of claims, injuries, that kind of jazz. So that's a high in demand right now for the industry, which is cool because that means more opportunities to do work. It's always want to be employed. We all know how hard it is to get a job nowadays, so definitely thankful for that aspect of it though. But honestly, I'm doing good. I mean, like a lot of people, it can be a lot worse. Honestly, it really could be a lot worse. So I'm still here, and yeah, we're just plugging along, just grinding, taking it one day at a time. And yeah, I that's a long way of saying I've been pretty solid for the most part. So thanks for asking.
Yeah, of course. But what do you think about the NBA playoffs so far? What do you make of the Timberwolves situation? Do the Raptors come back down? Not Raptors, not the Do the Rockets come back?
Rockets,
Going
yeah.
down 3-0, it's 3-2 now.
Yeah, so the Rockets front, I have to give them a lot of credit. They've played really well the last two games without Kevin Durant. Uh, do I think they're going to win two more games? No, I don't. I still think Austin Reeves is back, so I think he got his feet wet last game. If he has a big game, I think the Lakers pull out and win. You still have LeBron, who's played well pretty much the entire series, with the exception of the last game. That was probably one of his worst playoff games, for to be honest. But yeah, I think the Lakers are still going to pull through. Uh, no Kevin Durant. That they've played better, but that's 30 points a game you're missing still. And I understand they were the favorites to beat the Lakers in the first round. They were my pick, but yeah, it's just another year. It's like another disappointing finish for Houston. That's if they don't win. And you have to ask that question. I don't like to be that guy, but Kevin Durant, since he's left the Warriors, he's been to Brooklyn, Phoenix, now Houston, and he really hasn't, with the exception of the one year, I want to say it was 2021, where they almost beat Milwaukee in the conference semis. He really hasn't come close to really getting back to the finals, and that's just really disappointing. And that's not a knock on him. I'm not saying he's not clutch, or I'm not saying any of that. It's just really unfortunate. Golden State was really his. That was his like last hurrah. Maybe he still can get back to a finals or two. Still played really well this year. Probably be an All NBA player, but yeah, Houston, like the Penguins, you get down 3-0. There's a reason why not many teams come back and win. It's very hard to win four straight. The Rockets have played admirably, kind of like the Penguins did, but I think they're gonna fall short. They might win tonight still, but I don't think they'll win Game 7.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the Rockets too. They had their chance in
It was a Game 3.
Yeah, game three, they
Yeah,
gave that game away. You're up 6 points, five or
right.
6 points with like 48 seconds left, and then they blew that game. And I agree, like KD was incredible in that series against Milwaukee, but other than that, like he did nothing with the Suns really. And same with, the Rockets so far. And I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, I kind of agree with that point. I do think whoever wins the series is gonna have their hands full with OKC though. So
Yeah, I think Minnesota. I congratulate them. I give them credit for still pulling through and being Denver. But I think they're gonna have both those teams. Whoever those three teams, whoever advances, they're gonna have their hands full. San Antonio and Oklahoma City. So
yeah, so,
I think that's gonna be our conference final. And honestly, those are probably the two best teams in the NBA this year. So that's like I said, barring injury, obviously that can all change, but hopefully that's not what happens. But I think we're looking at a OKC San Antonio conference final if everything holds up.
and I will say this now on the podcast: if Portland doesn't keep Tiago Splitter as head coach, they're nuts. Because I feel like he's an obvious choice. Like they got to win over San Antonio. They were up 15 points the one game. I mean, it's not his fault the Spurs are better. He actually coached really good, had good game plans. You know, certain players stepped up. Denny Avdia had a couple of good games. Scoot Henderson had a 30 plus night the one night. They have a good little core going. Damian Lillard's going to be back next year. I feel like you got to give him a go because I think that Trailblazers team can be right back in the playoffs next year with all the talent that they have. But that's like besides the point. I just think like if you take your team to the playoffs for the first time in a while, and you got a good young coach like that who seems like the players respect a lot, and he respects the players a lot. He's grateful for the players. I think it's obvious you keep him. Um, yeah, so that's my food for thought on that. And we were also talking about the Thunder, Spurs, and that's what it's going to end up being. Thunder, Spurs, and the Spurs had their number in the regular season. Playoffs are a different story though. When it comes to the East though, I mean, the Philadelphia 76ers are hanging in there with Boston, which is nuts to me. So I think what like Andre Drummond's pulling threes now. He's like I was watching last night and saw him. And the buzzer beater got called
Yeah,
back,
it
but
didn't count, but I saw that too. Yeah,
yeah, they won, but they won soundly last night.
they were up
So
pretty big most of the game. So
they're not a true seven seed though.
no,
Like
they're a weird team. I'm not surprised that they got back in this series. Well, first of all, they have Embiid back, so that's huge. They're a very talented roster. Their problem's always been health. I mean, you
mhm.
look, the reason they drafted VJ Edgecombe is because Maxey and Embiid missed so much time. They had all these injuries, so they lost a lot of games. So the Sixers have always had talented rosters. It's just a matter of can guys, mainly Joel Embiid, stay healthy. And when he's healthy, they're a contender. Now, are they going to win the championship? Probably not, but they definitely have a shot to beat Boston in Game 7, especially with Tatum. I think got pulled, and I didn't look how severe his injury was, but I mean, if you're Boston, that's I don't know if it was calf. I don't. I remember. I think someone did say calf, possible calf, but I have to do my homework on that part. My apologies for that, but if he's like even slightly hurt or not 100%, you can't play him. Like I'm sorry if you cannot play him. Don't run the risk of having him, aggravate injury, making it worse because they already went through that path last year. I don't think I think you have to be very cautious. And if you lose, you lose. I know that's a terrible like way of looking at it though. But I think Tatum, that's your guy. That's your face of the franchise. I feel like long term you have to play the long game, and Boston can still beat Philadelphia without him. They showed the entire year they won 50 something games. Tatum didn't come back till late in the season, so they're definitely capable of beating the 76ers. But I do think Philadelphia is going to win tomorrow, especially if there's no Tatum. But I have to double check on that though. But if he's not playing, I will take the 76ers. But that doesn't mean Boston can't win still. You know.
Yeah, I think like the whole thing with Embiid being back now too, and Paul George coming back. Like if you had that core the whole entire year, I mean they wouldn't have been a seventh seed. So I agree with that. If Tatum's not there, I very well think they could win. There's just something about playing in TD Garden though, whether they have Tatum or not, that it just Game 7 on the road is going to be a lot different. Just with it being in Boston, but at the same time, like the Sixers caught fire late. They made the playoffs. They won the play-in. you win last night soundly. I mean, hey, balls in ball. I guess balls in their court. There's more pressure on Boston, in my opinion. So, but hey, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. And yeah, you got Cleveland right now in a matchup versus Toronto. I think the East is kind of up for grabs. Um, the Knicks last night
Oh
set
my gosh.
records. They were up 49 points at halftime, which was like the highest lead for like in half, like literally ever. I think it was 8 no 47 was 83-36. And then they won 140 to 89. That wouldn't have happened with Trae Young, but I think the Knicks have a good
Hmm.
chance to get out of the East this year because Orlando is this close to what's the score right now?
They're
Yeah,
up.
Orlando
They're up
17
17.
now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Orlando could very well knock off Detroit, knock on wood by the end of this podcast, actually. I mean, it's pretty open. Heck, Orlando. I mean, look at Orlando right now. That's that speaking of true 7 or 8 seeds, I think Orlando is just as good as, the 6, 7 seeds, with Toronto and
Mhm.
Atlanta. Or no, yeah, no, I think they're just as good as Philly, Toronto, and Atlanta. I think like 5 through 8 is pretty interchangeable, honestly. So I think Paulo Banchero, though, he's been going off. They just got a good overall team, a lot of depth. Desmond Bain too. You have Wagner. You got a squad there. So I high hopes in Orlando. Even if they didn't do good this year, they have all those guys on contract next year. So it's only up.
Yeah. Listen. If you remember going back to the beginning of the season, Boston, by all means, they weren't going to be terrible, but there was going to be a drop off, or at least that was the thought with no Tatum for most of the year. And clearly they said screw that, and they were a top two team in the East. But if you remember, besides Boston, Cleveland, Orlando, New York, those were like considered the consensus top three in the East. So it's not like in Philadelphia, if they stayed healthy, they were definitely going to be in the mix too. But it's not like there was like this, oh, the Magic are going to suck. Like people, I think a lot of people thought, hey, they can be a dark horse to make a conference finals or maybe a finals if the ball bounces their way or a game or two. But Orlando, their problem's always been, Franz Wagner has always, not always, but it seems like he misses a lot of games. I have to, do my homework on that. I'm sorry for not being prepared on that take though, but I always feel like every time I look up, he's always missing a game or two. And they have a nice young core, and I understand when you trade all those assets for Desmond Bain, you do want to be expect to be a little bit better than the 7 seed, but at the end of the day, they are within striking distance of being Detroit, so. All you have to do is get in and win, and the rest takes care of itself, though. But New York, I think a lot of people thought, hey, that was a team to beat, like overall. But yeah, the Knicks, they've had a weird year. I mean, overall, it's been a really good season record-wise, but it just seems like there was ebbs and flows, which that's with every team. But some weeks they look like the best team in basketball, and other weeks they're like, how do you lose to this team? And it's just like, once again, the Hawks. There was I think it was game. I think they lost game two where they probably should have won, and it's just we know when they're firing on all cylinders, they can be a tough out the Knicks, and we saw that yesterday. I was flipping through, and I didn't watch the whole game, but I did watch like most of the game, like second quarter on, and I saw it was 72-22. And I thought my eyes were like deceiving me. I was like, "There's no way they're beating the Hawks by 50," and it turns out they were. And I was surprised by that because I do understand Atlanta on paper they're not better than the Knicks, but the Hawks post Trae Young have been like one of the best teams in basketball, so that did take me aback a bit. But then again, the Knicks were expected to be in that position to be the consensus top dog in the East, so good for them. Um, they're gonna either gonna get Boston or Philadelphia. I think they can beat both those teams. And yeah, I mean, I'm not a Knicks like psycho fan, but if you ask most of their fans, they probably think like at this point it's either finals or bust. So the
I was
Knicks,
about to say that.
the Knicks are really, I guess you can probably think they're probably the team to beat right now, especially if Boston loses. Still have Cleveland too. I don't want to like not forget about them. They're still a good team as well. Philadelphia, if they win, still Boston, still in the mix. So there's about three or four teams. If you want to pick Orlando too, they've been playing well. So the East is wide open. I know the Knicks are probably the favorites, but they can be beat in the second round too. So I mean, no one thought Indiana was going to make the finals last year, so anything's possible.
Yeah, I think with the Knicks though, if you really think about it, it is kind of like a now or never type situation for them because this is the most open it could be to get to the finals. And if you think about it, Boston, injury issues with Tatum, that's a team they can beat. Philadelphia had injury issues this year. Paul George got suspended. But next year, you have Maxey and Edgecombe coming back, and that backcourt's only going to get better.
Hmm.
Cleveland, I mean, next year they're going to get LeBron again. Mark my words. Like, let's
Jeez.
just say that happens. Let's just say he does come back. Rumor around the block saying he might. Um, we'll just say he comes back. Then you have them as a problem. And if you're the Knicks, it's like, wait a second. If those three things happen, if Tatum's fully healthy next year, the Magic are even better than last year. Detroit stays good. Cleveland gets LeBron. It's just like, wait a second. Now the Knicks have this is like probably their least amount of competition they could probably get to the finals. And those players aren't getting younger too, because like Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, they're still in their primes for sure. But like you see it all the time. It's like windows can close just like that. So I mean, this is like one of their best chances they can get right into the finals right here if they could just carry that momentum over. So we'll see though. I am pulling for them like other than the Cavs because are my team. Let's just say the Cavs don't win. I'd be pulling for them because New York hasn't had a championship since 2009 for like any sport. Or no, whenever the Giants won last.
That was
20,
2011, 2012. Yeah.
2011, 12. I was thinking '09 for the Yankees. I forgot the Giants won the second one too. But yeah,
Wait,
that
wait, no. Technically, that's not true. I think didn't the Liberty win the championship a couple years back? The New York Liberty, WNBA.
WNBA. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was sorry. I was just thinking the major four.
No,
So
okay, I got you.
yeah,
I wasn't trying to like. I was just thinking like last New York sports champion, and I'm pretty sure
yeah.
they
No,
won a couple
you're
years
right
ago.
about that
Yeah.
though. I was thinking about
Yeah.
like the core four for men's. But yeah, no, technically you're right about that.
Yeah.
But
Okay. No, I wasn't trying to be like make a statement. I was just
no, you're good.
I just recall them beating. I think it was I forget who they beat, but they won it. That's all I
Yeah,
remember.
no, you're right. No.
But yeah, yeah. But listen, well, we've always said this. The NFL is a prime example. Your window's open and shut real quick. Um, the Patriots, to me, they feel like a prime candidate to regress this year. That's what I'm talking about. It's just like that's why when you're in the season you're in. That's why the Rams they always had that motto "F them picks." That's why in baseball, a lot of teams that go for it, they give up all their inventory, all their prospects. It's because you're thinking about right now, the road ahead. It's okay to think, down the line future. It is okay in some instances, but sometimes you just have to focus on this year. And I think the Knicks have to go out this year because like you said, who knows how the East is going to shake out next year, especially if LeBron does go back to Cleveland. The Pistons should still be pretty good. The Magic will be good. The 76ers, health, barring major health injuries, they should be, still in the mix. Boston will probably still be good because they're pretty much always good nowadays. So, it's one of those things. No window lasts forever. I mean, we saw with the big three Heat. That was only what, like a 4, 5 year thing, and then LeBron left, and that was the end of it. So, you have to capitalize when you get the chance. And I've always said this: Toronto, the Blue Jays, they're another team. Um, they had their chances to beat the Dodgers, and the Dodgers made the plays when they had to, and that's what it came down to. They made the plays. Toronto made a lot of mistakes, especially on the base paths, but I'm looking at Toronto now. I know we're talking. I'm switching gears here, but I said this on the last time we did a podcast together. They're off to not a great start, and it's only May. It's May 1st now, and they can still turn it around because they still have enough talent. But it's just one of those things where, like, if you don't win it there, like, who knows? It's so hard to get back to a championship in any sport. So that's why if you're in the position to take advantage and win it, do it. It's easier said than done, obviously, but I don't know. That's just my take.
I agree. you see like the Phillies too, like started 9-19, and same with the Mets, like and
Right.
Mets fired not Mets, the Phillies Thompson got let go, Alex
Yeah.
Cora got let go. I'm just
Right.
thinking about Cora. It's just like, wait a second, is it really his fault that Garrett Crochet and Brian Bello have like 10 ERAs and stuff like that? Like their players just aren't performing. But that's besides the point. And you're right. Like I was talking about the Blue Jays too. It's like they caught lightning in a bottle. Like Vladimir Guerrero, you Savage was pitching good. George Springer had an All-Star season. Ernie Clement, All-Star season. Like you had like so many things go right for that team, and it's like, is that gonna happen? That it just doesn't happen again. Like you're not gonna get every single thing like that to happen again. It's a new season. Bo Bichette left. Like, are you gonna get the same production value out of the next guy up? You just never know. Is Addison Barger gonna have another killer year? And it's also now for the Phillies too. It's like, is Kyle Schwarber going to hit 50 home runs every year? Is Bryce Harper going to be young forever? I know he's one of the only players doing good. Alec Boehm is batting like a buck 50 right now. Bryson Stott is batting in the lower 200s right now. Trey Turner isn't doing as good. The rotation, Aaron Nola, he has not been as good. Me and Nick were actually talking about that, and it's just like these teams' windows, they're closing, and I think the Phillies are uh, usually it's too early to say panic mode. And I do believe in them. I do think that they still have some in the tank, but I also think at the same time, wait a second, it could be time to panic a little bit because it's like no one's producing at all. It's not like it's like just one or two players. Oh, they'll get through it. No, it's like the whole team's not producing right now. So it's not just one pitcher. It's the whole rotation. Taiwan Walker didn't do good. Christopher Sanchez is the only one that has like a sub 3 RA. Painter has not been what he's been. So it could be panic time there. At least the Flyers won their series. Speaking of that, I do want to talk hockey a little bit eventually. Just like a little recap. But yeah, that's what I got for the Phillies though.
Yeah, no, they're another team too. If you look, 2022, the World Series, they didn't win that. Obviously, Houston, outplayed them. And then 2023, they had even a better season, but I don't remember if they were. I think they were up 3-2 on Arizona, and then Arizona came back and they beat them. So that was probably that was their two best chances. And even last year too, they were pretty much in every game with the Dodgers in the NLDS, and just a couple plays here and there, I flipped the series, and they could have easily won that series. They had the talent to, but they just didn't. And it's just at some point, Bryce Harper's not going to be good anymore, or not be at the same level. He's not really. We can already probably say he's not at the level he used to be, even like 3 or 4 years ago. But there's at some point he's just not going to be that good anymore. And at some point, Trey Turner has been around a long time too. He's just not going to be that same play. Kyle Schwarber has never been like a great average hitter, like hitting for average. It's the home runs have what kept his value up all these years. And I think he's still on a good pace to hit 30 plus, which is cool. But the sub 200 batting average that's just not that's not going to cut it. And it's just one of those things. Age is like an MFer, man. It catches up to you real quick. And Father Time's undefeated for a reason. So I hope they can pull through. They've kind of been under the radar a bit because of the Flyers' successes, and the Sixers are in the playoffs too. So the Phillies still haven't probably gotten the flack they probably should be getting right now, though. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, the NL East, the Braves have been great, so still a lot of baseball to be played. But right now, the Braves look like the clear cut best team in that division right now, and maybe the Phillies can still win the division. That's not still out of reach. It's still within reach. But yeah, I just disappointed.
Braves are looking good though.
They are. No, listen,
And
they're
Acuna's not even playing good. Like they're just everyone else is producing now. Like I said, it's at least it's one guy for them. Like Elder's been good, their rotation's been good, Sale's been good, Olson's been good for on the offensive side of things. Austin Riley's been doing good again. Like they're actually producing. Like it's not just one or two players, and I think age is on their side too because they still have a lot of young guns too.
well. That's the thing about baseball. You can't have everyone. That's what plagues the Pirates a lot of times. Everyone's always hot at the same time, and then they're all cool at the same time. Well, you need guys. That's what baseball's all. You need guys. That's why you have a 25-man roster. You need guys to pick players up when they're not playing well, and then have them return the favor because everyone goes through slumps and everyone has their hot streaks. So that's why it's important. The Phillies, they do have to get guys going. That is for sure. But I still have faith. I mean, the Mets. I think the Mets are a different story. They're a dumpster fire. The rotation's not very good. Offensively, they haven't been very good either. Soto. Say what you want about him. You don't have Pete Alonso in your lineup. You don't have Brandon Nimmo in your lineup, and you switch him out for Francisco Alvarez and Bo Bichette, who, listen, he's a good player when he's right, but he has not had a great start this year either. So the Mets, I don't. Maybe maybe over calculated their offseason moves. Freddie Peralta, that's a good trade. I think that can still be good, but their rotation has left a lot to be desired. Kodai Senga has been a disaster too. I watched him pitch the Colorado series. He was terrible. Uh, so it's just the Mets are not in a good place right now. Um, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. Juan Soto, honestly, he can say all the right things in the public, but I think, deep down, if I were him, I'd still wish I was on the Yankees, man. I really do. Because
Speaking
that,
of the Yankees, though, they're
yeah.
they're they're the team to beat in the AL East. The Yankees,
Oh, at the
and
moment, yeah. I
yeah, because
know.
the Red Sox haven't been. I mean, they're one of those teams. They're just not as good as they were last year. I feel like they're more of a streaky team. They're like a more. They don't have as many proven names as the Yankees. The Blue Jays, I was over them already. The Orioles, they got Pete Alonso now. Like and then the Rays aren't doing bad. Like they're just one of those teams that it doesn't matter what they do, they're always gonna be okay. But yeah, I think the Yankees, like in a division that looks like it's gonna be really tough. I mean, it's so early to say still, but I think that with especially how Freed's pitching again this season, especially after the year he had last year, like, and he still have a good rotation. Like Rodon's been a good pitcher, and hopefully when Garrett Cole's healthy and stuff too. So you got a good little squad there pitching wise. But yeah, speaking of baseball, I did that grid game with Nick last time. Would you want to run that before we head out here?
Absolutely. Let's do another one.
Let's do it.
All
All right,
right.
I'll share my screen. I have everything ready. So there we go. We're gonna share the screen, and here we go. Perfect. Alrighty. So I got it all set up.
Oh yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
So since I'm hosting the round, I'll just go first. That's how I
Okay.
did it last time.
Right.
Do you want to do current or all time?
I think all time would be easier. I think that not that I couldn't do current. It's just I'm a little hazy on current. Not. It's just I think all time's easier. So do all
Well, let's
time.
do it.
Yep.
See what I got first all time. We got the Los Angeles Angels
Oh yeah.
and
Got some picks.
Albert Pujols is always going to be my number one because at first base, I really can't think of anyone that was better than him at first base, honestly. But this one's for you right here. So
All right.
let's see what you got.
All right. All right. All right. White
The
Sox. Well.
Chicago White Sox.
Hmm. Hmm. I would do Jim Thome, but I feel like Albert Pujols would have him beaten WAR and accolades, so I can't do that one. I'm gonna cheat. Put Ken Griffey in center field.
That's what I did for being Nick's podcast
Okay, there you
last
go.
time.
Yep,
Yeah, there we go. That was a good pick.
yep.
Toronto. Didn't Roger Clemens play for Toronto?
He might have. I'm not sure.
Huh? Did he? My dad chimed in. Give
He
me a
said,
check on Roger Clemens.
"What year did he play for the Blue Jays?"
Did
97,
he?
98. 90, yeah, 97, 98. Okay,
I thought so. Yeah, he was later in his career. Oh no,
okay.
that wasn't later. That
That's
was
like his prime,
I'll do-
pretty much.
yeah. I'll do Roger Clemens then,
No,
because
that's a good choice.
he's an okay pitcher.
He was not like a Hall of Famer he should be. Anyway.
Seattle,
Seattle? Oh, give me A-Rod at shortstop.
good pick.
Yeah.
Alex Rodriguez. Thought we were gonna go Archimedes Caminero.
No.
Let's see.
Mets?
Oh,
Or
the
you got Marlins.
Marlins.
Okay. You know what?
Oh,
Mm.
Miggy is a good choice.
You put him at
Mike
third.
Piazza.
You can put him at third. You can get Piazza at catcher, yeah.
Any sneaky good Marlins players? Andre Dawson too. Hmm. I'm thinking.
Marlins.
Any sneaky good Marlins? You got Hanley Ramirez.
Yeah, good player, not that good though.
Yeah. I'm thinking.
You can do Pudge. He played for the Marlins too.
True. I might do Pudge at catcher with the 14 gold gloves.
That's
It depends on what you want. Do you want defense or do you want Piazza's offense?
oh well that is true. I forgot. Yeah. That's up to you, man.
I'll do Pudge. We'll keep
Okay.
Pudge. That's a tough pick though. Padres.
Padres. Hold on a sec. I know
Teddy
what I'm gonna
Gwynn.
yeah, I know Tony Gwynn. Yeah, it has to be Tony Gwynn.
It has to be. Yeah. There's right field. That's a good pick though. I mean,
Tony Gwynn
like
Jr. Put Tony
Teddy
Gwynn.
Gwynn Jr. You could do Teddy Gwynn Jr.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get the Royals.
You can do a few good players of the Royals.
George Brett is
Yeah,
my number one there.
that's a really good choice.
Yeah, good player there. Can't really go wrong with him. Like you got Houston.
Houston,
Got a
go
lot of
back to
picks there
yeah,
in
go
that
back
late
to the.
90s.
You know what?
Go.
Let's go Nolan Ryan. I'm curious to see what the head-to-heads with Roger Clemens. Go Nolan Ryan.
My money is on Clemens, but Nolan Ryan was. If you take, that's where War could be overrated sometimes because I feel like war wise he doesn't get his dues.
Right, right.
Washington Nationals.
You have there's a few options. You can do centers too. I don't know if any notable centers, but
Wal- Walter Johnson, but I have a pitcher. I could do Vlad.
you could technically. Yeah,
Yeah. Who else is Bryce Harper? I could do too.
you could do Bryce Harper. Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. Relief pitchers. Any good relief pitchers for the Nationals?
Oh shoot.
Is it K? I don't know if K Rod. I don't think Jonathan Papelbon did.
Yeah, he was a closer for like a year or two. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to think who else I could go with. I'm thinking Bryce Harper in center field, to be honest with you. Oh, Max Scherzer's a starting pitcher. They have just so many good starting pitchers. Juan Soto's not even a bad choice right now either. Andre Dawson's not a bad choice. I know he's not center fielder. I'm gonna just put Bryce Harper in center.
Okay.
I think he's had a good career, couple MVPs. Like we'll go with Bryce.
No, it's you can do a lot worse than Bryce Harper.
Minnesota Twins.
Twins. Go back to the screen. Mauer would be a loss though. Second base.
That's still do. Mauer's a beast though.
He is, but if we're trying to win the matchups,
Head to head, yeah.
Mauer would lose. Although he was definitely a better hitter. You know what? What position? Let me just look it up myself.
Harmon Killebrew at first.
Yeah,
Paul
I think I'm thinking of doing Paul Molitor. Hold on.
Kirby Puckett in the outfield.
Kirby. Oh shoot. Yeah, Kirby too. You know what?
Rod
Yeah,
Carew at first.
oh, jeez, it was. You know what? Put Kirby Puckett in left field.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
He was typically center, but like he can play anywhere in the outfield, so we'll go
Yeah,
with that.
I don't really care.
No, no, it
Yeah,
works.
right.
The
What is
Los
it?
Angeles Angels.
Ooh,
So I'm gonna
you can do
go.
Trout. You can technically do Trout. He
I
plays
was gonna do.
right.
I was gonna
But
do Trout and left or right. I'll do.
he plays right, I think, nowadays, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah. So
I'll put him in left though, because
okay.
he could do all of them. Okay, Trout's a good player. Let's see what's next. His WAR is already like at 80 for his
Oh no,
career.
he's an all-time great player. Advanced.
Minnesota again.
Oh jeez. You know what? We're just gonna do Joe Mauer.
Fair.
Let's just do Jim Mauer.
Jim Mauer is, I mean, 2009, 10 Jim Mauer is like unbeatable.
2006 to 2010, 2011, Joe Myers is probably the top five player in baseball.
The Dodgers.
Dodgers, yeah.
Oh,
You have a lot of good choices here too.
Jackie Robinson at second.
You could.
I might do Shohei.
You could do him as DH.
Or right, one of the two.
Has he really played outfield though? I know he can be an outfielder, but has he really played in the outfield ever really?
Yeah, for the Angels.
Well, okay, well that, you probably could do it technically speaking, but okay, that's fine.
He hasn't played there in a while though.
It's been a few years for sure.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Watch it be the Pirates.
Toronto.
Toronto, go back. Didn't Joe Carter play third?
Did he? I thought he was corner outfield.
Oh, he might have been outfielder. I'm sorry. Listen, it's all like jumbled in my
No, you
brain.
could.
You know
He
what? Damn, dude.
Joey Bats, Josh Donaldson at third. Could do
Yeah,
Vladdy at first.
I
Could
could. You know what? I'm trying to think. Is there someone like all time great that's played for them? Not Roger Clemens. That I'm missing.
you could
Uh,
do Al Roberto Alomar at second base too.
okay. I'm just trying to think. What position was You know what? I'm gonna throw a curveball here. Do Carlos Delgado DH?
Sure thing, yeah. It's a
Yeah,
good pick.
yeah.
It's a good player. I saw him
It
play in
was.
person before.
Yeah. Shoot.
Pirates
Yeah. You can
or
do
Cardinals?
Cardinals.
Rogers Hornsby. Roger Hornsby.
Oh yeah.
War wise, probably the best second baseman of all time.
Shoot.
Tampa.
Tampa. Okay. Let me
You're
think.
getting some bad draws.
Well, listen. Let's think about it. So, what do I have open?
You have first, second, reliever. So you could go third baseman. When I think you got Evan Longoria.
Wait. Don't say anything. Just give me a sec. Hold on. Let me see if this guy's
Wade
still.
Boggs plays third too.
Put Wade Boggs at third.
You want Wade Boggs there?
Yeah, put him at third. Yeah.
I mean, one of the best third basemen to do it, really.
No,
Honestly.
no, exactly. So are we doing this by like are we doing total war for the entire lineup? Like how is this going to be calculated?
It's a very good question. I what me and Nick said, hey, anyone watching this, just let us know what you think. So honestly, I'm just kind of thinking of just filling it out and then leaving it up for a second, then whatever our viewers think. So White Sox though. So I already got Ken Griffey. And so you gotta go. Do you go Jim Tomei or do you go the Big Hurt? I'm
Ooh,
gonna go Jim Tomei.
ooh. I'm curious. I don't
That's
know. I think I'd rather take. I don't know if I'd rather have Frank
that's
Thomas
tough.
because Jim Tomei had over 600 home runs and was really good defensively too. Frank Thomas was a tank that. Dang, dude, that's a tough
It's
one.
tough.
Uh,
Oh, dude, couldn't you have done him for the Blue Jays? Didn't he play for the Blue Jays?
oh shoot. Oh, whatever.
I just realized that now.
He
Now
played.
that
Wait, did he play or was it he played for the A's? I know that. Did he play for the Blue Jays though?
I
Frank
thought he
Thomas.
did for a little bit.
Well, let me look that up. I want to
You
make
can fact
sure.
check me, please. Yeah,
Frank Thomas, Blue Jays. Wait.
I'm pretty sure he did. Like tail end.
Um. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he
2008.
did.
Yeah, 2008. Yeah.
2008. That's crazy.
Wow.
He only played 16 games for them, but I mean, in technicality, he was a Blue Jay. So
Yeah. No.
yeah, if you look at their WAR, I mean, it's pretty even. It just depends on what you want, honestly. I mean, Frank Thomas won two MVPs, though. You know what I mean?
Did Tommy ever win an MVP or nah?
No,
Okay.
you don't mind if I do. I mean, it's the same player. You don't mind if I do Frank Thomas instead,
I
or
don't
do you,
care.
I don't care. Like I could keep Jim Tomei too.
No, you can do Frank Thomas. It's fine.
I'll do
I mean,
the big hurt
regardless,
because
both those players are better than Delgado, so it doesn't really matter anyway.
I mean, it's just like they're like the same exact. Like if you look at their WAR, it just depends on what you want. Tomei gives you more home runs. Frank Thomas gives you a better average. I just like the two MVP aspect of it.
Right. Right.
That's why I'm good. But I mean, pick your poison, really.
Right.
Washington. So you need a first base, second base, or relief pitcher.
First base, second base, relief pitcher. I'm trying to think. Have they had any good infielders? Nationals.
Howie Kendrick at second.
Oh,
Dude,
come on.
Alfonso Soriano at second base.
He played second?
I'm pretty sure he did.
Oh, let me fact check that too. Yeah, he was second. You can put him there.
Yeah,
Put him
you want
second.
Alfonso?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just do Alfonso.
I mean, honestly, he didn't really play anywhere, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you
But
mean.
yeah, I love Alfonso Soriano, but he did have his, his defensive way for sure. All right, Detroit. Detroit shortstop or relief pitcher? Oh, what does it? What was Ty Cobb?
Ooh, ooh.
He was more second base, I think. No, he was center field. Yeah, he didn't play. I thought he was. Why did I think he was infield? Yeah, I'm trying to think. Best. Who is the? I can't think of any really good shortstops for them or relief pitchers for the. Yeah, Tigers. Alan Trammell, maybe. Let me see. I might do Alan Trammell. Let's see. Yeah, Alan Trammell at short. He didn't want to beat out A-Rod, but he had a really good career. All right, let's see. This is for your first base or relief pitcher. D-backs.
First base, relief pitcher. First base, relief pitcher. Um, best D-backs players.
Carlos Pena,
Yeah.
Mark Reynolds, Luis Gonzalez, um, Paul Goldschmidt.
You do Paul Goldschmidt first.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the best option. Yeah.
So now we just need relief pitchers. I just hope
Okay.
I land on the Yankees here to get Mariano.
By the way, while you're doing, I do want to retract the statement. I said Jim Thome was good defensively. That was the exact opposite. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I got the Nationals. Best Nationals relief pitcher. I'm thinking
Um.
Jonathan Papelbon off the top of my head. Or Mark Melanson. Um,
Yeah. I mean, that'd be another interesting comparison. Who was better, Melanson or Papelbon? I don't know. Like, I don't know how many saves both have. I know Papelbon has a lot, but that'd be an interesting comparison though. But if you want to do Papelbon, probably he's probably your best bet. I think he did it long.
yeah.
He did it longer too. So
I'll do Jonathan Papelbon.
okay.
I mean, that's a good pick.
By the way, he's a huge D bag, but he's
Yeah,
still he's
that's what I
still good.
heard.
Still good closer. I'll give him that at least. Um,
Well, there you go.
Yankees. Oh, that's an easy one. Mariano Rivera,
Luke Weaver.
Luke Weaver, David Bednar.
Well, anyways, here's the lineups, everyone. I'm gonna leave it up front on the screen for a second. Just tell us what you think in the comments. It was a fun little game. I do want to get back to watching my Cavs, sadly. But you guys can watch our podcast anywhere. YouTube TV, not YouTube TV, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. But Justin, I appreciate you taking the time and us running it back with this podcast. So that was a heck of a time. So yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah, no, we can always do more wheels in the future. Down for it. It can be football, basketball, you name it, hockey too. Although you probably killed me on that one though. But no, it was great hopping on. Do this more often. Definitely have a lot of opinions. So yeah, it was great doing the podcast with you as always. So
You too. Next time, let's do just straight wheels. I know I said I wanted to do the four wheels, but I for each sport, but I do want to get to watching the end of this Cleveland game. So I hope you know that I'm a big Cavs fanboy, so I gotta watch my Cavs. So
hey, Cleveland. There you
this
go.
is for you.
Oh yeah, the
but
land, baby.
but yeah, it was a pleasure, Justin. You have a good one and have a good weekend.
All right, you two, let's go Bucks.
Yes, sir.